Now, welcome back to just join us at the Bonge Good Morning Niger show. Yes, if you look at the world when they rain everywhere now, USSD. Some people say now waiting again.
US dollars.
US dollars.
US dollars. People don't have to say, I have USSD. Say, you have USSD? How much USSD do you have? And then say, no, you have dollars.
Unstructured supplementary service data.
Yeah.
Now, waiting there, they call them, and the CBN will bring announcement saying Nigerians go to pay 6 naira 98 kobo, a flat fee for the USSD. People can begin to shout. Me, I know they use the USSD. I can't ask people yesterday, say, how much do they pay? People say, well, whenever we do transaction, say now 20 naira, and they charge them from their bank to the same bank. They say transaction from their own bank to another account, now 50 naira. So I can't ask them, say, okay, when they can't announce that matter, the money change. It can't turn to 26 naira. It can't turn to 56 naira. Now they say no, not the same. So we won't really get very clear explanation, you understand, as to what government mean by that new rate of 6 naira. It means say now it go be just 6 naira. Then go they charge you as against the 20 naira we say then they charge you before. Or it be say for that 20 naira we say you they pay before, it gets some kind breakdown.
They collect their money for their
inside. But I can't research the matter more. I can't realize say then talk say this one and a 6 naira 98 kobo per transaction as against money where we say people they pay before per session. Well, Ogatunji Andrews, 9 day on the line. In Ogatunji Andrews now co-founder Awaba and Ingo help us understand what in this new 6 naira 98 kobo really mean. Ibi say government don't help us to reduce the matter. Abi matter don't increase. Which one it be? Ogatunji, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. Ogatunji, just say you don't already hear our intro this morning. Help us just break some things down. Nigerians, they pay generally between 20 to 50 naira when they do USSD transactions, either to their bank, from their own bank to another bank when they their bank, or to a different bank. Now the government don't talk say 6 naira 98 kobo for the USSD transaction. What did it mean? It means say that 20 naira now go turn to 26 naira. I mean say that 20 naira now go just turn to say 6 naira 98 kobo flat. Help us understand.
So is that different thing? So the 6 naira 95 kobo now for the access where you USSD. So for instance, you go pay what your telecom company they charge you. But also, if you use app, you use data, use app, do transfer, something like that. No, say the person for data different, charge you for transaction different. So right now, the talk say that 5 kobo now access where you the USSD per transaction. So even if the transaction and they happen like that, come back and they say, I continue for me. Talk yes, and you continue. So at the end of that, will pay 6 naira 95. Now that would necessarily mean pay bank.
Ogatunji say we'll try call you back because they break and you get some very important things so you talking. Get point you say you make right now. And I want to make you very clear on that matter because
in talk something about it's being the 6 naira 98 kobo now like for you being having access to the use of the USSD. So you can't be like say if you want to do any transaction for the fact saying that the service of USSD you want to use, you go pay the 6 naira for the service of the USSD. But your cost, where your bank go still they collect, the charge of transaction go still the same. But make it sharp, break them down clearly. Make we see, we know
Ogatunji, yes, you mean they talk. So help us explain that matter well, because if they talk something about say in case you did the transaction and it don't go through, and then you won't come back. Help us explain what in they talk, I beg.
So say sometimes use that you whether na style hash and maybe call and or something like that at the time where they do. When you come back and you pay from here, stopped, yes, you control the
No,
transaction.
sorry, Ogatunji, there's still a problem. Producers, there's still a problem with his connection. It's not.
It's no clear.
So many of your words they disappear.
It's
Maybe we could just make it like normal phone call. Yes, maybe convert them.
Make we do.
I beg, because it's very important. People are still very confused about this matter. So if you convert them to normal phone call, Ogatunji, I beg. Let's say we will call you with just normal call. Make we feel really understand what you they talk. Because people really need to get.
Because this thing involve everybody. It concern everybody with a use phone.
Because according to report, the talk say, of course, they don't. The banks now go to charge you 6 naira 98 kobo per transaction. They say as against, they say the format will say everybody they do be say them been they charge you money per session. You understand? So what's in the room before now, the current per session billing structure. So maybe now you want to try explain. To say, you know, if you do them and the thing
cost
something interfere.
Something
but like every time we say you come back, you go pay.
You go pay again.
The thing they charge you again for that particular matter. But say for now just that flat rate you go pay. As long as you don't enter to do the transaction where they there. They said this one says on going to ensure cheaper average cost for customers. So the thing will fit enhance financial inclusion. So that means sometimes we don't whenever we don't say government don't increase something. We don't already shout.
We don't vex.
So if you be say what in government do now to help.
We don't vex.
But because they will not even understand how they take the charge before, we they look at like say na bad thing, na in government.
We just believe say as long as they talk say they pay this one now added to waiting with they pay before.
Exactly.
Now waiting
because we also hear now say it be like say they say for 2019, 9 telcos tell banks say they don't feel they provide the USSD service for free anymore. Then they come propose say they go they take cut of about 4 naira 50 kobo
banks
per 20 seconds.
Telco talk say banks they owe them now. Not be waiting we talk that time.
So then this is 2019, say no if you do free. So they go they collect 4 naira 50 kobo per 20 seconds. So whenever you don't dare on top
the service for 20 seconds, they will collect their
their money come. 9 banks say they're not fit. So that thing go raise cost by 450%.
Wow.
Ogatunji, good morning. Well, thank you. Say you don't join us
back again.
I beg, explain what they talk earlier on where we make we hear.
All right. So I did try to explain. Say, so the way it take be now, if they say if you they do transaction and the transaction costs, maybe by say you they receive phone call, you they want maybe the phone go off or something like that, and you know. Completely complete that particular transaction where you did do before, and you continue where you come back. You know, could charge you 2 different amounts because before if they charge you like per second, it'd be like phone call. The USSD service be like phone call.
Okay.
So if they charge you per second, like 4 naira something cover, if I remember, per minute or something like that. But this one, it will charge you for the entire transaction. As long as we say you start and you finish them. It will charge you for that single transaction as one particular transaction.
I see.
So the way we take this, we say, not that transaction alone, we talk about when we talk about the 6 naira 95 kobo. Okay. Bank charges on their own come different. Before, if you say the banks, they pay the telcos from the body where then they take collect from your hand. But right now, as we don't separate the two, bank charges go separate. USSD fees go separate. The question now we never really fully understand. Now waiting banks who can't charge us. Now we be say they don't come out their the USSD money inside their 50 naira, I mean 20 naira.
Okay, Ogatunji, make we look this matter very well. Before we know they see 2 different alerts now for money when they join body. So make we just take example for that 20 naira when they. Make it be say that money we say that they charge us per second also follow inside that 120 naira when we say we they see. Now we say when they talk say government now don't come bring this leg. As you don't talk say bank now go they charge separate. It means say the charges we say we go they see now from bank supposed drop now.
Yes, now yes.
You understand? I don't understand because government they even talk and say waiting they don't give to us now go day cheaper.
Yeah.
Now according to waiting this in the read they say it go dey more what's it they call them? Now cheaper, a much cheaper average cost for customers to enhance financial inclusion.
So the thing is supposed to drop now.
Abi, we calculate and wrong.
It's supposed to drop. It's supposed to drop. But the fact we did we say we know say that Nigeria we did last. And if you remember, the reason why this katakata take boss be say the telcos say the banks no they pay.
Yes.
So it means say that's your 15 naira and that your 20 naira where you they pay before. The banks don't they give the telcos. So why is the thing that now when they separate the thing, banks will can't reduce the money. If they go reduce the money, therefore they pay before now. So I'm not sure say they go reduce the money. I'm not sure at all.
But not be waiting is supposed to be looking at the calculations what we talk about. So now if they no can reduce the money, which means that we they pay extra money be that. Because we go they pay USSD own, we go they pay the bank charges separately.
And that's it be.
Wow. Ha. So as it be, so is I don't know. We believe say this thing supposed to be written out agreements based on say okay, the USSD money they inside that service charge before the banks no fit pay the USSD money. They don't come on USSD money from the service charges. Then the government will do this separation. Suppose focus on the service charges too and tell them say okay, I know they remit money go the telcos for USSD again. This on charges on they collect is supposed to reduce. Doesn't the government have the right to do that?
Then get it right, but no forget, say these businesses where they do telco now, private businesses, they're no big government enterprise. So make I explain them in this manner. So person where they sell tomato for market, the person they sell the tomato, it no concern the person where get the market, whether not tomato or not onions, the person they sell. The person who get the market must collect your own money. So now the way USSD take be. So it just be like when they use your app, do transfer. You must pay data company money now. But the problem we did is say before now, everybody agree. Say suppose be customer we supposed to pay this transaction money. Everybody be agree at some particular point. But as it can't take change, I don't really understand. Now we need to explain to ourselves with that. But the only thing with the joint statements been talk, say before, when you supposed to pay like maybe you do the transaction, it end up coming to like 2 minutes. So it could be like you go pay like 8 naira plus, almost 9 naira. But now with this new regime, now only 6 naira 95 kobo you go pay, whether not 2 minutes or 3 minutes you use to do the USSD transaction. So maybe you save yourself small 20 naira, but the one thing we're supposed to remember is say you know they pay that 8 naira before altogether. But now, instead of you then to introduce maybe 8 naira plus, now only small 7 naira they introduce.
When they talk the thing a small 7 naira, we know as this thing because we've been the one they talk say okay, na good news to Nigerians for this new development. But as you don't explain this thing, so it can't be like say
USSD. So it not really too bother me. But the thing where they always worry about now the people where they say this thing say some parts of Nigeria they will be say network don't really deal like that.
Yes.
And USSD those transactions happen for those places. So I don't know if this one will affect, those people for those areas. Maybe say they will just abandon the thing. But I hope say abandon them because USSD is a very big source of transactions for Nigerians. And I hope say this one no go reduce our number of transactions.
Well,
all right then. Thank you, Ogatunji, for your explanation. When they look, they see as it don't be. Like I tell you, say I meet person when they use USSD yesterday, and I ask them if any changes don't they. Then say I see the same charge now. Then they get
they spend on
top the transaction.
Maybe at the end of the month they go remit fund. They remit the amount so you don't spend.
It's supposed to be at once for you to see. Before bank will come bring all those charges so that they give person, we just some kind of debit. They need to address that particular one too. Asibiwa Ogatunji, thank you very much for your contribution to the show this morning. Now Ogatunji Andus, I don't talk to co-founder Awaba, and he already give us some kind of explanation on top this USSD matter.